The Summer Noisy Book, as read aloud to you by Daisy. The Summer Noisy Book. Pictures by Leonard Weisegard. Story by Margaret Wise Brown. Little Muffin was sleepy, so he fell asleep in the back of the car. And while he was asleep, his eyes were closed. But he heard the car go out of the city and into the country. Past police whistles. Through tunnels. Past trains. Over bridges. And down the long road to the country. Up hills and down hills. Away down the long wide road. Into the wild green country. Muffin could hear the birds. How was that? Then suddenly Muffin heard
Whoa!
What was that? Muffin stood on his hind legs to see. He saw it.
Whoa!
What was it? A horse. Then, all about him Muffin heard. What was that? He leaned way out to listen. Cowbells on cows at a cow crossing. The ringing of cowbells. He smelled cows. And then he saw them. All over the grassy meadows, cowbells. And then it was night. Deep in the country, as the moon shone down and the stars pricked the night sky, among the dry sounds of summer and the rattle of bugs, Muffin heard. What was that? Peepers and frogs in the dark, cool ponds deep in the country. He went to sleep that night on a farm. And in the morning, before Muffin opened his eyes, he heard it was still dark, but Muffin knew what it was. A rooster. And then, way off in the barn, he heard What was that so early in the morning? Muffin didn't know, so he got up and went out to the barn to see what it was. It was a cat and 7 little kittens. And he heard down in the warm, dark barn, someone rattled the milk pails. And he heard the cows chewing their cuds down in the warm, dark barn. How was that? And he heard mice scampering in the hay. How was that? Then way off in the fields he heard What was that? that? Out in the wide still fields, a mother sheep and her own little lamb couldn't find each other. And then they did. They found each other, and then what on earth was that? A mother donkey hee-hawed high on a hill as she nuzzled her baby donkey. But the little donkey was too little to make much noise. He just kicked his little feet. He was too little to hee-haw. He had just been born. The calves were still asleep. And then as the sun rose higher in the sky, there was a little noise way up in a tree. What could it be? 3 little robins popped out of their eggs, and then they opened their little mouths for their dinner. And what did they eat? And then all the wildflowers bloomed. The mayflowers bloomed. The dandelions bloomed. The violets bloomed. And the wild geraniums. But could Muffin hear that? Then Muffin heard a noise way up in the sky, like chairs being thrown all around the room, like mountains falling down, like a giant's stomach rumbling. What could it be? Was it a big brass band crashing their instruments up on a cloud? No. Was it a train roaring across the darkening sky? No. Or a fire engine squirting hoses at the sun? No. It was a thunderstorm with thunder and lightning, summer lightning. And the rain came down on the wildflowers and the ducks. And there was Muffin, all safe and warm with the other animals in the big warm barn.